Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to add and subtract fractions with a tape diagram. We're going to start here on A. We're dealing with 3 wholes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my tape diagram to show 3 holes, and then I'm going to break it apart. So here's 1 hole, 1, 2, last 3. Now it says I'm adding a third. So what I can do is I could draw a number 4, a whole number of 4, and break it into thirds, and then just draw in 1. So I have 1, 2, 3, and a third, and my answer is 3 and 1/3. Notice that I have my visual representation to help show that. Why don't you go ahead and try B? I didn't finish it yet, but what I have is 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, and then I have to add 3/4. So I'm going to draw that 5th hole, and then I'm going to break it into fourths, and I'm going to color in 3. So total I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3/4. Now we're going to kind of do the opposite here. We're now going to take away. All right, guys, so now we're moving on to number 3. So when we have 3, we're going to draw that. We have 3 holes, so we're going to draw 3 holes. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to take a 4th out of it. So we're going to break one of them into fourths and take 1 away. So how much do we have left? 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3 out of 4. Okay, so we have 2 holes and then 3/4. Go ahead and try D by yourself and then check back with the video to see if we did it correct. All right, guys, for number 2, what we're going to do is we're going to use a number sentence to create this instead of using our tape diagram. And they used a number line to do it as well. I'm going to show you with B here how we can change this whole number into a mixed number. By changing it into a mixed number, we're actually able to subtract. Because we can't have a whole, we have to kind of break it up into parts. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 out of it. So 5 minus 1 is 4. So we're left with 4. And that 1 we would write as a fraction. And it's out of 3, so we would write 3/3. Because 4 and 3/3 equals 5. Now I can solve my equation. So I have to look at my denominators. I see that they're the same. So they're going to stay the same. Then I have 3 minus 2, which is 1. 4, I don't have any other whole numbers, so 4 minus 0 is 4. I could always check my work to double check by doing that inverse operation. So 4 and 1/3 plus 2/3, and I'm trying to get an answer of 5. Let's see. My denominators are the same, so they'll stay the same. 1 plus 2 is 3. 4 plus 0 is 4. Okay, well 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. So it does equal. Therefore, I know 4 and 1/3 is correct. Why don't you go ahead and try C. Don't forget to use your number bond to break it apart into a mixed number. And then check back with the video to see if you did it correct. Okay, great. Now that you checked your answer with my answer for C, I just want to show you using that inverse operation. We could double check our work by doing the opposite and noticing that it equals 3, which is what our min-unit was, which means we are correct. Let's go ahead and do D using that number bond, breaking it apart, subtracting. You could always right here show that the whole number is 0 if that helps you to remember. 4 and 4 are the same. We only look at the denominators for that part and they're going to stay the same. Now we can subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. My whole numbers, 4 minus 0 is 4, leaving me with a difference of 4 1/4. All right, I want you to go ahead and try C and D by yourself. We'll come back and check it together. If you could do the inverse operation for D, please, to double check it. Okay, good luck. All right, guys, sorry, I'm losing my brains. You're going to do the inverse operations for D to double check your work, okay? All right, boys and girls, you would have noticed that when I used my inverse operation here that I went ahead and I checked, and it did match my min unit of 7. Therefore, my correct difference is 6 6/9. What I'd like you to do is go to question 2 on the homework, and I want you to answer 2C. I want you to take a picture of your work and message it to me on Schoology. So send me a message with your answer to 2C.